Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 10 of the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch is a fun one and it is by Crafty Templates. And there it is right there. It has a large heart and two circular pictures. And I have decided to use this Jen Hadfield Reaching Out. I love this collection. It's fun and fantastic. I have a project pad. I have some loose papers. And I have some scraps. And that is about it. My Cricut is still acting foolish. So darn you, Cricut. So I went old school, got a piece of copy paper, folded it over, and made my own heart. Darn it. So because I thought it was really important for this layout to have the hearts. I thought, I can make a circle because I already have a couple of those cut out and use that as my main big piece in the background. But I really felt like these pictures that I want to scrapbook are really call for a heart. So here they are. There are two of them. And I've already cut them in circles with a little template. So, there it is. And that was cut out of my Cricut a long time ago, and I just keep it over here to trim out pictures because I won't cut those on my Cricut. So I just had these two pictures of my husband and my daughter hugging, and she had just asked him if he would adopt her. So I've got my stencil, I've got these pictures, my papers, and this really cool sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I go through the project pad and I pull out these two papers. This one on top is pink with little white polka dots in it, which you'll be able to see better in the close-ups, but it is pretty and pretty reasonably plain. I wanted something plain so it was not going to take away from the heart in the middle. And then this one has little hearts all over it, and the hearts are the same color as the polka dotted paper. So I turn it over so that I don't have to worry about erasing little lines. And I trace out this fabulous heart that was so lovingly cut out with this little pencil that I have. And I'm just going to cut that out of this paper. Now, I'm wanting to map my whole entire layout. And I'm pretty sure based on the picture, it looks like the sketch is matted as well. So I take my, I almost said X-Acto. It is an X-Acto. This one's a Fiskars knife. And I just cut a long enough line to where I could stick my scissors in there and cut around, but leave that heart paper intact because I want to mat my little pink with polka dot paper down on the rest of that heart paper. But I also want the heart to be in the heart paper. And that's so cute. So I decided that I then was going to, of course, I have to take the branding strip off. And this project pad has little perforations on the top. So I trimmed the very smallest little strip off the top. So it's not a full 12 by 12 anymore, but it's pretty close because it's just a small, like very, very small little strip so that the perforation is gone. And I cut the light pink paper in 11.5 by 11.5. And then I'm going to put that down and mat that on this lovely heart paper. So I love the way that looks. And then it almost, when I'm done, looks like I have cut the heart out of that pink paper and not the peachy heart paper. So because it matches and everything, it's just lovely. So then I put the pictures down to make sure that everything is going to work the way I want it to. But I still need to mat my pictures and try and figure out some embellishments or stickers. So henceforth why I'm tapping my fingers. So I pull out my scraps. Come on, don't fail me. I think that's what I do. Yes. I pulled out my scraps and I'm trying to find what is going to work. So I get the blue paper out. It's got little rainbows on it. And I kept it because that one right there, because the cut apart on the other side was fabulous. And, but I just bought another piece of this paper. And so if I really want that cut apart, then I can pull it off of there. So this way I'm definitely using a scrap, and then I pull one more scrap out of this collection, and it's a large paper that came from the project pad, and it only has a little piece cut out of the bottom, but officially it's still a scrap. So I get those tacked down, and then I'm just going to use my cutter bee scissors, I do believe, and cut around the pictures. So I don't do a lot of freehand circles because it does not ever go very well. I think these turned out pretty darn good. So I'm getting better. I guess the more I do this kind of stuff, the better I get. So I still would never be in a contest for cutting out proper circles, though, because it's just not necessarily pretty. And if I don't have a template, well, do not expect anything to look right if I don't have a template. So I am trying to get the heart down into the middle, and I'm not as worried about it being centered top to bottom, but I definitely want it to be centered or centered-ish left to right. So I get that down, and then I just tack it down. And then while it's flipped this way, I'm going to get some washi tape out and washi that heart so that it doesn't get caught when it goes in and out of a page protector. I typically don't put them in page protectors till I know where they're going, but that doesn't mean that I don't, oh, I forgot to add this dang layout or something. So I usually keep my books loose until they're done, and then I put them in books. But that's just me. People do things differently, and it's all good. But I pull a couple of floral clusters from the project pad, and I also pull 3 different word phrases from the project pad, and I put them down on this acetate that is from a previous sticker or embellishment sheet. And I love putting them there because then I can kind of lay them on the layout and see what they look like if I want to. So, plus I have them right there and I don't have to keep hunting down things. So I look through all of that, and I'm trying to decide if I want to pull anything else out. Nothing else seems to be working, but I do want to look for a title, and none of the phrases or word phrases in the project pad were fitting of what I wanted to say. So when I was looking for my paper, I did find a title card or a cut apart that had a great phrase on it that I thought was very fitting. So first I put these florals down, and I put them leaf sticking out and the florals tucked in, and because it kind of gives it a little point just like in the sketch. And then I am going to look into getting out the project pad again, because this is where I found the cut apart that I wanted to use for my title. And it's down here on the bottom, and I'm going to fussy cut around it, so I'm not too concerned with how I cut it out of the project pad, as long as I don't cut any of the words or the paint swipes across the words. It doesn't matter that it's not even, because like I said, I'm going to fussy cut around it to where it is a pretty tight cut, but I don't want to, like I said, cut anything off. And the title and this little card right here just says, "The time is always right now to do what is right." And like I said, my daughter, we were at the beach house, and my daughter asked my husband, who's pretty much been the only father she's ever known, to adopt her. And so we did it with a scrapbook, of course. And you all, if you come back tomorrow, we'll learn more about all of that and the process to get to this point in these pictures, because I will be using the same collection on tomorrow's layout and documenting the pictures that we took where she was asking if he would adopt her. So I decided to ink around the title so it would stand out a little bit, and I did it with tumbled glass, Distress Oxide I think it's just a Distress ink. Yep, by Tim Holtz. And I just go straight from the ink pad. I don't get the blending brush out or anything like that. If I'm just going to do something simple like this and it's not a lot of detail, then I just pretty much go around it like that. It's not a problem, and it's a little less of a hassle. So I tack that down, and I originally thought I might put it up on foam, But really, while the title is important, the pictures are the most important, and that's the focal point. So I decided to leave it flat. There's not a lot of dimension on this layout except for the enamel dots that I use here in just a few minutes. So I put these word phrases down. The first one says best day ever, and then the one underneath it is the same color as the heart, and it says hooray. And then this last one is the same color as the background paper, that light pink, and it just says love you in gold. So I want to bring more gold in because one of the floral clusters also has some gold. And so I bring in these enamel dots. Now these first ones I'm using are like iridescent, and they kind of pull from pink, but they also will pull from whatever's near them. So they typically, or at least on this layout, they look more of a pinky color. But then I also add some gold ones that are like glittery gold, and I pull out some little pink hearts, and I also add some like aqua color. So I kind of have a plethora of colors on the layout, and I love that because it was looking super monochrome in the beginning, and I do like to have the extra color. And then I get my enamel accents in Glacier White and add some more dots here, there, and the other. And then I decided that I wanted to pull some little leaves and florals because in the sketch there are some right above the title and right below the title. So I thought I would do that too. So I pull this little floral right here and I tuck it in. And then I'm also going to grab a little leaf. It's like a little branch of leaves, and the leaves are gold. And I pulled two of them, one little one and one a little bit bigger. And the little one I put down below the title on the left. And the other one I tuck in with the floral cluster up in the top left corner by that picture. And I do love the way that looks. Like I said, that gold helps bring your eye in, and it's kind of surrounding the two pictures. So I like that a whole lot. So then after that, I think I add a couple more enamel dots to finish off everything. And I think after that, I was thinking that I was done and I was going to show you the close-ups. And I show you the close-up of the sketch, and then I remember, or I noticed that there's like either stitching or faux stitching around the heart, and I thought, oh shoot, I want to do that. So I get out this Moonlight pin. It's a jelly roll I got it at Michael's. And I love how shiny it is. Oh, it's not shiny, but it's a bright color, and it'll write on dark colors. I have a collection of them, and I love them. And they write really nicely. They have a nice flow. So anyway, I use that to follow along the heart and make these little fake stitch lines. And so I get those on there. And then after I'm done with that, then I'm going to show you the close-ups, and I'm going to show you the close-ups of my layout and the sketch again. So while I'm doing all of that, I would love it if you all would go down in the description box and click on that hashtag, because the hashtag will take you to a playlist of all of the people who are hopping along with this awesome hop this month of June, or anyone who actually puts the hashtag in their layouts. You can do that on Instagram. You could also join Christy's Beautiful Life on Facebook and see all of the sketches that way too. So I hope you all will be back tomorrow, because you will see a double layout that is going to go along with this one. So I hope to see you on day 11, and I hope that you all have a fantastic day. Happy scrapping!